what I say next, y'all gonna think, bitch, are you fucking stupid? You just met this girl on the fucking plane. She could have been like a kidnapper. She could have killed you. I don't care. Life happens. I'm here today. I was perfectly fine. Hello guys. I'm not sure which video I'm gonna post, so if you see me in the same outfit, mind your business. But this is a story time on my trip to Houston. Now this is a little spicy, but this was an amazing trip. So this was a solo trip. The reason why I was going to Houston was because I wanted to look for apartments, and you know, Houston is where it's at when it comes to like finding a cheap place. You go to Texas. But I was looking at Katy, you know, Katy, Texas, Dallas, Texas, you know, a different environment. Because I got desires, you know, in the words of Drake. So I was looking in places in Houston, Katy, and I just wanted to have a nice little weekend. So I did. I went to the airport, right? This is a solo trip. What happened? Before I went, I wanted to get a fake ID because I wanted to go to the clubs while I was in Houston. So I asked I guess I could call him, my ex-boyfriend, can he get me a fake ID from one of his friends where he lives, because I know that they do illegal stuff. So he was like, allegedly. But he was like, yeah, I can do it for you. I'll give him half the money. You just send me the rest. So all I gave him was like $20. He was like, okay, send me a picture. Send me a picture or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I asked him. I got the shipping IDs, labels printed and everything, because I'm like, I have a business. So if I need a label, I can just send them one through my email and I can get my ID. It's expedited, 2-day shipping, same day shipping. So days go on. I'm telling him, I told him why I really wanted to go to Houston, which was because I wanted to look for a place there. And he got mad at me and was like, bro, you don't need to be going to Houston. Like, you're only 19. There's no need for you to be going out there by yourself. You still haven't figured everything out. Meanwhile, he asked me to come to New York to stay with him at his mom's place. Why would I do that? When I got my own room at my own place, when I was still staying with my mom, why would I go move with you? Make that make sense. But yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm responsible enough to have my own place. Look at it now. I have my own place. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So he would catch a whole fit. I wanted him to come with me, like, just to look. Not to stay with me. I could not live with this man. But just to go look with me so I wouldn't be by myself or whatever. And to be in different scenery. So that happened. I'm texting him after we got into the argument. I have not heard from him. Like, I literally didn't hear from him until I moved to fucking England. But yeah, like, he stopped texting me about the thing or whatever, and I never got my fake ID, so I just went anyways. Before I even go further, the story he claims behind why he didn't get the fake ID, the friend, he didn't want to do it no more, and they got into it and he fought him. $40 fucking dollars, and you fighting a man, and I still ain't got my fucking $20 back. And I literally just asked this man for $20 the other day. Why? Because give me my fucking $20 back. And he want to be with me. Like, if you can't give me $20, there's no point of us talking. I don't even need it, but I just want it, you know? But anywho, that's why I never got my fake ID. But I didn't need it, once you see at the end of the story. So the day comes, I go to the airport. I'm by myself. This is my second trip by myself. Got me a nice little Airbnb. But I'm in the airport and I hear this girl. She's behind me. She's by herself too. And she's telling her friend on the phone. I was eavesdropping, y'all. I'm crocheting and I'm eavesdropping. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm about to look for a place in Houston. Like, I'm about to secure everything. Then it's done. I'm about to, like, start my training there. So I'm like, ooh, I want to talk to her, but she's on the phone, so I can't do that. But coincidentally, we didn't talk that whole time. I was just continuing doing what I'm doing. We get on a plane. I'm sitting in the row between 3 different people, and coincidentally, she's sitting on the row next to me, and her row is empty. So the flight attendant comes, and she's like, yeah, one of you guys can move if you want to, because it's not a full flight. So the dude that was sitting by the window, he was like, I'll move. I was like, no. I'll move. I'll do it, you know? Because I don't want to sit next to y'all niggas. I want to go sit next to her. So I did, and I sat next to her. And I ain't say nothing for like the first 15-20 minutes. So then I started speaking to her, and I'm like, hey, have you been to Houston before? She was like, yeah, I'm gonna move here. And I was like, yeah, I overheard. How was your process, like, finding an apartment? Like, we're having a good old chat. Like, we talked the whole flight. Then we was talking about our niggas. And she was like, yeah, I got a nigga in Houston. Oh, we're gonna give her a name. We're gonna call her Brittany. So me and Brittany, we talking about like our situations. I'm telling her like, yeah, I'm 19. She was like, for real, like you remind me of my little cousin or whatever. Like she's the same age as you, but you're a little bit more mature or whatever. She's only 23, so she's not that much older than me. Cause yeah. So we finished talking or whatever. She told me like, yeah, I got a nigga here, but he wanna have a threesome or something. I never been with a girl before. Da, 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 da. So we talking. You know how girls be. So this happened. She was like, yeah, where are you going or whatever? Like I can get a rental car and I can take you to wherever you're going. I'm like, all right, cool. She went to try to go to the rental place. They wouldn't give her a rental, but we ended up kicking it. And I think I called the Uber back to my Airbnb. She was like, yeah, can I leave my stuff here for a second while I go out with my friend or whatever? So I'm like, okay. Now I know what I say next. Y'all gonna think, bitch, are you fucking stupid? You just met this girl on the fucking plane. She could have been like a kidnapper. She could have killed you. I don't care. Life happens. I'm here today. I was perfectly fine. But she ended up just staying with me like my whole trip. And then we left on the same day too. So that was cool. I didn't know that she was going to stay though. She really didn't ask. It just kind of happened. But I didn't mind because she went half on me with literally everything that we did. So Houston, you know, they don't got no fucking transportation for real. So I had to get Ubers everywhere. And we was up and down the motherfucking city. So it was convenient. So she left. I got dressed or whatever. I took a shower. And we were supposed to go out to eat. She got back a little later than expected. So we just ended up finding like this marketplace downtown. We got tacos. Did we meet there? Or did she come back? I don't remember. I just know we went to this place and we got tacos. And we sat there for a second. She paid for the food. I was grateful because the tacos wasn't that good though. But we just sitting, talking, getting to know each other or whatever. Blase, blase. Then we ended up going to... Where did we go? Oh, so we're walking around or whatever. We see nothing but like clubs and stuff. She didn't drink for real or she didn't smoke. So we was just chilling. Walked around the club. This is me from the future. And I would also like to add, while we were walking towards these clubs or whatever, we almost got hit by a motherfucking train, bitch. Like a street train. And that's it. That's all I want to add. On to the next. It didn't look like they was hitting on nothing. It was giving very much Hannah Montana, real country bumpkin shit. And I'm like, this is not the place where we need to be. So we were standing on like this one street, I think trying to find somewhere to go. And we see this other group of black folks. It was this, I think this lady, her husband, and her brother. They came from Austin to go to a wedding. And then they came over to Houston. So they was talking to us. They was like, yeah, we trying to go to the club, like find the black spots, because these places ain't hitting on what they supposed to be hitting on. So we're like, yeah, okay, cool. We get in the car with them. They take us back. She didn't meet me. We met at the taco place. She didn't come back to the place. So yeah, they took us back to the crib or whatever to go grab like Brittany's ID, and I think like some other stuff because she forgot it. So I'm like, okay. We went back there. We told them like it was a friend's place, so they didn't know like this is our Airbnb, and like the friend didn't want to come no more. So they came, they dropped us off or whatever. We get there, we go to the clubs. The clubs, they look lit. They look lit. It's giving a real trap spot. And me being me, I cannot get in the club because I'm only 19 and I didn't think to bribe the people. So yeah, we didn't get in the club. But then we just started standing on the street. I'm like, I want to smoke. She was like, okay, I can ask my dude, do he got a plug or do he know anybody so we can get some? She was like, okay. It was this dude that did approach me. He was like, I got a gas. And I'm like, nah, because nigga, I don't know you. You could be a fucking crackhead and your gas could have like some shit and I'm dead. So, nah, shawty, I pass. So, that didn't work. And what happened? So from there, we just waiting on like a Uber or something, like trying to figure out what you want to do next. We tried to go get some liquor. All the liquor stores closed. It's a Sunday now. They don't sell liquor the next day. So that was that. Oh, no. As we're standing outside the place waiting on Uber, this dude, another dude approaches us. And he's like, y'all want to see a girl fight? We got girl fights going on at the club. They going bra for bra, da-da-da-da. Follow us on Instagram. You can see it all. And I'm like, why the fuck are y'all having girl fights in the club? Like, y'all real life nucky if you buck. So, that was interesting. Honestly, I would like to see it. But I didn't go see it because y'all are ladies. Be a fucking lady. But they wasn't being ladies. But anyways, tried to go find some liquor. We couldn't find no liquor. It was one club that was open at, and it was 18 plus. But she didn't want to go no more. So I'm like, cool, whatever. We call it a night. Her dude texted us or whatever, and I think she was supposed to go back with him. But he wasn't. He went out with like one of his friends. And she was like, yeah, y'all can come pick up some trees or whatever. But in order for me to get that, I want to, you know, bust down some doomies. Or if not, then there's no point. And I'm like, sir, I'm not about to fuck you. I don't know you. And from what she showed me, he was not cute. And he looked like a little older. And I'm like, I'll pass because, I don't want none of that. But anywho, we, doing our thing out there, whatever. And I don't know if I want to tell y'all this. Does it really matter in the story time? Or does the other one matter? I don't know. I was free. So things happen. Use your imagination. Not between me, him, and the dude. But things happen. And then we were cool. Went to sleep. Had our fun. Went to sleep. And then after that, went to brunch the next day. And we had flights and a really nice breakfast because, you know, Sunday you gotta do brunch in Houston. We couldn't get a table at camp, I believe. So we just had this one place and the food was really good. I remember I had like these breakfast tacos and I think probably some pancakes. But we were cool. So after we go get food or whatever from the place, we go to the rental shop. And from the rental shop, we tried to get a car. We were so good until they wouldn't let us. Like, something happened. I don't think they had any more cars available. So we were like, fuck. So we went to another rental place. They were like, they would let us get a car, but I don't think her credit matched. So they tried to, it's like, oh, she can get one, and her thing, she just has to have the license. Guess who ain't had no fucking license? Me. So we weren't able to get a rental. But so we just had to Uber from there to Katy. Because it was this apartment that I wanted to go see. So the apartment was beautiful. All nice amenities. Apple Lab, nice gym, 3 pools. They got patio. Everything that a girl could dream of. And it was brand new built. Right next to the mall. right next to Walmart, right next to a gas station and a water park. Everything I would need right there. Convenient. Location. Perfect for me. And I left it. But then after that, we went to and we went to the mall. And we were just talking. She was like, yeah, I like older dudes. This, down and third. Like, you should get one. And I've really been against it. Like, I like older dudes. Don't get me wrong. But, like, no more than, like, 24. Because I'm still young. Maybe next year I'll go to, like, 25. Because I'll be 20. Well, next month. Like, 25 max. But, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. But she's like, nah, I met my baby daddy when I was, like, 18 or whatever. And he was, like, in his, like, late 20s, early 30s, somewhere there. She was like, yeah, I like him or whatever. He does good. I'm like, no, you are a victim. Because that don't make no fucking sense. I'm not dating nobody that old at 18. Like, I like the older crowd, but not that old. So, that was that. That happened. I'm not judging. She cool. She cool as fuck. But that was that. These dudes. And everybody just like a pool party. But it was raining. So, I'm like, why the fuck would you have a pool party on a day where it's raining? That don't make no sense. So, we didn't go to that. But, yeah, that was that. And after we went to the mall or whatever, went to go try to find some liquor. Because I wanted to find something to drink. Because I wanted to go out that night. Because I didn't get to go out the first night. So, it was this one spot that they was telling us about. Like, yeah, you got to go here. We went there. On the way there, I started getting a little scared. Because it started reminding me of Detroit. And it was very much ghetto. It was real ghetto. And I was scared. It was the Mexican hood. But they had a liquor store. And I was scared because the store ain't had no lights on. So I'm just walking around. And they like, yeah, the store right here. But ain't no lights on. So I was confused. And then when I was looking at the price of the liquor, they got the $6 liquors. Little drink. For $25. What? But I got me some sangria. I got me some, you know, the little $5 bottle of sangria. I paid $20 for it. I took it because that was the only place I was gonna find something to drink at, so I could have a nice time when I was out this night. So I got that, and it was cool. It was cool. Still very suspect, and I wanted to get out of there, but that was that. So we did that. Went back to the place, and I wanted to go to camp this night. She wasn't feeling good, so she stayed home. But I got ready. I got my little black dress on. If I can put it in the video, I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, I got my little dress on, and I'm there. I had a date. I was talking to people before I went to Houston, so like when I was actually there, I had somebody to meet up with. And I had this friend. We're gonna call him Terry. So Brittany and Terry. So Brittany stayed home. She didn't come to camp. I wish she would have came. She would have had fun. But I was waiting. I went to camp. And as I was there, you know, it was late. So I was really supposed to be 21 and up. But I looked good that night. So the bouncer let me in. And he was just flirting with me. And I know how to flirt. I was already a little tipsy. So I'm seducing. Seduce and scheme. Yeah, so I'm talking to him. He just let me in. He ID'd everybody else. He pat down everybody else. He ain't get me. So I was like, cool. Then it was this police officer there. He came and sat next to me, and we was just talking, and he was fine. He was real fine. He was bald. He was like, if you here tomorrow, like, let me take you out. Blase. So I'm like, yeah, we can go get drinks or whatever. And that was that. And this was before my date came. So yes, I had secured me another date while I was getting prepared to be on a date. But anywho, I finally got like a table or whatever. I got one outside. It wasn't no performers or nothing this night, but it was live. I met these two other girls. They were from Atlanta as well. They were telling us like about the Houston scene. They were like, the girls weren't that friendly there. They still follow me on Instagram. So if y'all see this, hey y'all. But they were telling me like about that. But they were telling me like, oh, if I need anything like before my day come, like just signal them when they got me. And I'm like, thank you. I fuck with y'all. I appreciate it. So yeah, they came. I had 8. I already had another drink because they didn't ID me. So I had fun. I was turned, okay? But the food, it was mid. But what he got, it was real good. So at this point, I'm already like 2 drinks in with Mr. Terry. And we split the bill. I didn't really care because I had the money. But because of what happened next, I shouldn't have split that bill. Because it was not earned. But anywho, so I'm like 2 drinks in. I had like some Casamigos. I had a slushy, like a tequila slushy. And it was good. And I was turned. And we was dancing in a little spot. And I know them people was looking at me like, this girl is gone. Because I was. I definitely was. And you couldn't tell me a goddamn thing. So, anywho, he dropped me back off at my place. He had gave me like some... Well, should I go into detail about the date? It wasn't really much to say. He is really cool dude. He wasn't like my normal type. He also follows me, so if you do watch this, hey boo. But like, he wasn't really my normal type, but he was like really cool. And I haven't talked to him since this day. I don't know if I should feel bad about it or not, but yeah, like we haven't talked since. But I don't really care. If you want to talk, we can talk, but yeah. So he dropped me back off at my place. Then my friend Brittany, she finally woke up and she's like, I'm kind of hungry. And I was like, okay, I can call dude back and have him like take you to go get some food. I'm sure he's not far or whatever. So she was like, okay, you can do that. I call him back. They meet each other or whatever. Then she's like, oh, I'm not gonna go get food anymore. I'm gonna go to my man's spot. So I'm like, okay. So now I gotta entertain this man after I done already told him he can leave. So I had some sangria left. And what happened? Yeah, I had some sangria left. And from there, we played Uno and stuff like that. It was like a little drunk Uno. And one thing led to another. And yeah, one thing led to another. My wine got spilled. I had to flip the carpet over. And that was that. So next day happened. She asked me like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. We slept in that day. I don't think we woke up to probably like 1, 2 o'clock. I asked the Airbnb people to what happened? I asked them to let us extend the stay for a little bit. It was like, all right, cool. We did that. That was that. And from there, what happened? Oh, yeah. So from there, we went to go to Lost and Found. No, we went to this other restaurant. And this other restaurant, it was cool, but they were closed. So we ended up going to Lost and Found, which wasn't too far from the other spot. So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, this is also where I was supposed to be meeting my police officer bae the next day. I had a busy weekend. I don't care, so you only live once, and it was a fun weekend. So I was supposed to go meet my police officer bae, and he was like, he was gonna be late or whatever. So I'm like, cool. But y'all, when I tell y'all, my waiter at Lost and Found was so motherfucking fine. Oh my gosh. His name is Jacorian. So if you go to Lost and Found and you see Jacorian, let him know that I said, what's up, baby? Take me out to dinner, because, bro, man, he was hitting on something. Like, and he was feeling me, like he sat with me and everything. Then a fucking police officer had to show up. And he worked there. He worked at Houston camp, and he worked at Lost and Found. So I'm like, bro, this just made it worse. So he like dapping him up and everything. Now my waiter bae looking at me crazy, because he like, yo, like, girl, I thought you was feeling me, and then you, but I got his number beforehand, so I was texting him. But I know he ain't fuck with me, because he seen me literally on a date with another nigga after I just got his number, but I wanted you, babe. But I'm not like this no more. I promise. But I'm like, yo, I wanted the waiter. Fuck the officer. They both was fine, but the waiter we were locked in for sure. I just thought it was gonna be a connection, but that happened. Fast forward a rewind a little bit. Before we went to go get our food, because we had to check out of the Airbnb, we had to go find a destination and drop our bags off. So we dropped off at the post office. But as we left the place, why my friend leave her phone in the Uber car? So I had to call the Uber. She met us at Lost and Found or whatever. She tipped the lady. Cool. We finish our food. We go to this crystal shop. I get me some Blue Lotus and I to the post office because we had to catch our flight at 5. Go to the post office. I pick up my bags. We in the Uber on the way back because it was just a short little stop. Why the fuck? I realized I left my purse at the post office. Soon as I get to the airport. Well, at first I thought I left it in Uber. No, I didn't leave it in Uber. I left it at the post office. My purse had my ID. I had nothing but cash on me because at the time I worked at a restaurant. So only cash. That's it. That's all I got to my name right now. And that shit gone. Luckily, I left it at the post office because, you know, they be stealing. So I'm calling my new babes, and I'm like, y'all, I just left my purse in fucking Houston. So I'm asking, or at first I'm like, can y'all see, like, can y'all pick it up for me or whatever? Because I'll trust the police officer to do it. And he was like, he would if he needed to. So I'm like, cool. But the post office people, they ended up picking up. And they was like, yeah, I can ship it out for you. I realized that you left it, so I was hoping that you would give us a call. And they got it shipped to me within like 2 days. But let me tell y'all, I get to the TSA thing. Anyways, I get to the TSA thing, right? And I don't have no ID. So they had put me to the side. And they was like, you're going to have to go with, like, the people. You're going to have to do, like, some exclusive research. Like, we're going to need to get as much information out of me that they can. So I'm like, all right, fuck. I didn't even have my bank card on me, so I couldn't even show them, like, proof of me being me. Because that was also in my purse. All I had was Apple Pay. And something told me to, like, look in my backpack. And I had my extra ID on me, thankfully. Because I wouldn't have made it to my flight. We get back. I wait at the airport for a few hours. Well, I was supposed to leave with Brittany. But she lived on the other side of me back in Atlanta. So she couldn't take me home. So I was like, cool, that was fine. But I had to wait on my mom's friend to come pick me up. And she was like, oh, why you go to Houston for? Did you go out there for a nigga or for a boy? And I'm like, no. If I did, 1, I wouldn't have paid for the flight. 2, if I did, that's none of your business. 3, I'm grown. And I just want to move to Houston. Oh, why do you want to move there for? Why are you in my business? Huh? Yeah, anyways. But that was my trip to Houston. I hope y'all enjoyed me and my fanatics. And when I tell y'all, I always have a good time on my vacations. Always. It don't be this wild, though. It don't be this wild. Or do they? No, not really. This was probably like my most eventful solo trip. But yeah, that's the end of my story, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think of this in the comments. And yeah, that's it. Bye.